Hi, and welcome to the TargetedWest.com conference call. My name is DJ Chris, and it is the 7th of August, 2022. I'm the man in the middle, not apolitical. We run a study group on a conference call at freeconferencecall.com every Sunday between 6 and 8 p.m. And you can come join us if you want, but we record the first hour so you can hear what it's about. Then the next hour we don't record, so in case you don't want to be recorded, you can come in and talk. So anyway, I hope you're doing well. If you're watching me on BitChute, my activity level of video watching has increased substantially there. So thank you for the increased traffic. And so same with YouTube, and the archive.org site's working well. So anyway, our first item of discussion is the NSA MINDPRISM program I found the other day while searching on the internet, and found this website describing it from, I think it was Lawfare, which is a Brookings Institute company. And there was a PowerPoint presentation how the NSA is going to be able to scrape off or hack your thoughts and such while you're doing your thing during your daytime activity or on the internet. And so basically this program was going to be implemented, and all of a sudden people got wind of it. And then out of nowhere, a FISA court judge came out of nowhere and said, oh, it was just a hoax. The NSA's not going to read your thoughts, thousands of people's thoughts and such. So do you think it's a hoax or not? I don't know. I posted that on my Twitter page, which is TI Club 3. You can go there and check that article out that I posted. And anyway, this is show 19, by the way, 19. That's 1, 2, 5, one more 5 minus 1, 19, 19, all those that were in the war at the age of 19. I used to play all those anti-war records, and no one ever figured out I was pushing anti-war rhetoric at the clubs. Anyway, show 19. I've got a great crowd in here tonight. We got Liz, Targeted Forever, Hannah Havana, Caller 00, Nancy, and Name. Very good crowd. So the NSA MINDPRISM, they say, is a hoax. April Fool's hoax. I don't think it is. What do you think? So make a comment on TI Club 3's Twitter page, or you can talk. This is just a discussional topic. I do a light research, and then we can discuss them or discuss something if you're liking. Next item is CNN at the very beginning of the Havana Syndrome mentioned that briefly in a 4-minute clip that the Havana Syndrome people were getting a little bit of V2K also. But then all of a sudden that was never mentioned again. So what's up with that? I have that on my TI Club site too on twitter.com for you to check out. There hasn't really been a lot of activity when it comes to the Havana Syndrome, so it'd be nice if we could talk about that and see what's going on in that world. So again, CNN at the very beginning of the discussion of the Havana Syndrome, I don't remember the date, but it's on my Twitter page, and they said that they were having some telepathy or hallucinations. And then zip, because they don't want people to know that, because in the average person's mind, they're going to discredit the victim, saying they're crazy just because they heard a voice, when you know darn well that it's possible that you can pipe voices into people's heads in many different ways. In fact, there's 16 different ways from what I've garnered so far. Anyway. The next one is DARPA technology, which is called NESD, and that is a neural implant or neural interface that you use with a computer, a brain-computer interface, BCI, that is nano in size that you can use to fix people's eyesight and hearing, their sound and their speech. So there's 4 universities working on it right now, including UC Berkeley, and whomever figures out. Some of them are doing the vision and some of them are doing the hearing. So whoever figures it out first wins, I guess. And that's NESD from DARPA. So they piped that out to 4 different colleges, Brown University, UC Berkeley. And then the Vision for Sight in France is involved. So you might want to check that out. Okay, I hope everybody's settled in. And got a good crowd. And Hannah, yay. I'm going to take a little break for a minute. I hope everyone's well. I'm doing okay. I had an okay day. I finally went out and got something to eat for once instead of being cheap. Well, I didn't have any money either. And I hope Sharice Moore comes in tonight from their Say Hell No to Targeting rally. I emailed Amy and I sent them a nominal donation to their effort, and I hope to maybe hear from them. I invited them in, but I don't know if they got my message. But anyway, we'll pray good things for them and hope nothing but the best for Amy and Sharice and Brenda K. Sanders, who is going to be running for an office. I think it's Congress. I'm not sure. Okay. So we need to support her. She's a targeted individual. How many political people do you have that are, targeted? That's not many. Or the ones that aren't going to admit it. I mean, you know darn well they are. Okay. So everybody settling in. Next topic of discussion is the Facebook hiring ex-CIA analysts to moderate the messages on Facebook. First of all, if you have all done your due diligence in the past, you know darn well that LifeLog, DARPA and CIA developed before and QTEL invested in, turned into Facebook. It's a CIA's, best dream ever to have that technology. Now everybody voluntarily gives their information up. I don't go on Facebook anymore. I quit in 2018. This would be my 4th year off of Facebook. And I do have to go on Twitter through my Google GoDaddy console so I can advertise my stuff. But other than that, no. So it was LifeLog before, turned into Facebook. And it started in colleges only, and then it got popular, and everybody was using it, giving their personal information out. Like I don't give my personal information out, but I'm like an open book. I really don't care if people know who I am or not. I'm just an old man in a campa trying to figure out why I have telepathy. That's why I'm here, and I know a lot of you are here to figure out why you're being targeted too, or you're watching from a platform of your preference and enjoying the video and learning something. Maybe I'll learn something too from someone coming in. Maybe we'll talk to somebody new. Next subject matter is, of course, the CIA subject. Do you think that's going to work out, having someone from the CIA as an analyst analyzing dis, and malinformation on Facebook? Like I said on Twitter, they're going to be doing trickery and manipulation, and they're biased. And so you're not going to get a fair representation by having them hire these people. I just don't understand why they do that. Just crazy. So that article is on my TI Club 3 page on Twitter for you to review. So you can go check that out. Hope everybody's settling in. We got a good crowd coming in. Yeah, I will check that out. Yeah, I don't have the Facebook. And I don't like how I behave on Facebook. It makes me stupid. I already act stupid half the time anyway. I don't need that to make it worse. So I've got to limit when I'm idle. My brain is idle and it's in trouble. You get on that Facebook. No good. Twitter does all the work. I just do the Twitter and I keep it at that. Next one was presented to me by Tranquility from the call chat room. And this is about how to make yourself a ghost. 10 different ways to make yourself a ghost. And that is in the Twitter TI Club 3 page. And it's a guide that shows you different technologies, including Pineapple Wi-Fi, I guess, to get into anybody's Wi-Fi in an emergency. Talks about using an older iPod from 2007 before they hooked it up to the internet and other stuff to keep yourself safe and private. He has a whole kit that he goes through. It's very descriptive, and it's good to have a lower profile no matter what you're doing these days because of the scamming and hacking and manipulating and accusing people of things. So you got to make sure you not try to have too many devices and try not to use your cell phone so often with all those apps. Those things always giving location data and everything, and you don't know really the truth behind any of it. Just keep your cell phone in a Faraday cage and go outside and ground. A Faraday cage, a Faraday bag, I mean, and go ground outside. Put it in 3 bags because they don't seem to work either. Next subject matter is, of course, my telepathy screamed at me. They said, do not talk about this. Do not talk about this. And either that's a joke and it's a game. But anyway, this subject I'm going to talk about is Pegasus. Speaking of your cell phone, Pegasus NSO from Israel is a company that makes cell phone hacking programs that are used on very high level and elite people. It's very perishable. These programs can only last for a few minutes and then or a few days, and then your updates or whatever will get rid of it. But basically, they're getting information, including manipulating your mic and camera, just by sending you a missed call. That's all it takes. 0 click, and you're done. But the fortunate thing is it's something like $500,000 to hire NSO to do someone wrong per case, so you wouldn't be able to do that to the public, so you're safe on that. So I just thought I'd tell you about that NSO group, and I can't tell you anymore because the terrorists in my head have screamed and yelled. Now that doesn't mean they're Israelis, and it could mean that they're faking it and just throwing me off, but I just thought I'd let you know that they did that. Next subject matter. I said before I joined the press, and it's official. Here's my lanyard and press card with my little face. And I can now do interviews and such and put them on various sites. It also, doing a book qualifies you to be able to have that digital media author status, or a blog, or do this video, or whatever. You can qualify, and then you can go out and use your press pass for TI Day and such and interview people. Very important. Anyone can get it. All you need is a blog, podcast, or a book, or something written up. It's not that expensive. Okay, and the last one before we go to open mic is DARPA has a program called DREAM, and someone was on another call and they said that DARPA has a dream program for dream manipulation. Well, they could be used for dream manipulation, but it's really actually for nanotechnology, nano meaning extremely small technology. So what DARPA is doing is trying to fund people to make the tiniest electronics, and that's what the dream program is. With them, it's nano, and it's not dream manipulation, although they could use the nano for dream manipulation. It's not directly for that. It's now 15 after the hour. We're going to switch to open mic mode and keep tonight light after I rip this page apart. So I have to flip it open to the open mic section. Open mic. I'll put that over there. I'll put this over here. The next subject matter is write your own testimony, like I said, in your own form of book or document or blog or podcast or whatever. You can do it with your cell phone. You can do anything with a cell phone now. There's nothing stopping you. Hey, Tranquility, I mentioned your 10 ways to be a ghost. I just talked about it, so you're good to go. I mentioned you on that. Thank you. So, yeah, you can write your own book. Just start writing. Do a little at a time, but be consistent and keep going back to it. And give yourself time to think about what you're going to write about, too. You can't just write something without knowing what you're going to write. You need to kind of have an idea of what you want to write about. Sometimes you don't. You just start writing away, and there you go. So anyway, we're switching over to open mic. It's a light night. Next, we'll be talking about a website called citizen.com. So I'll let you guys. You're on *6, unmute *6, and it's open mic time. This is DJ Chris, and you're on TargetedWest.com conference call. Okay, it's open. Yeah, citizen.com. Anyway, open mic. Talk amongst yourselves or to me, whatever you want to do. Hello. It's okay. You can go look up citizen.com, which looks like a narc app. I call it a narc app, N-A-R-C, like they're narking on you. Citizen.com app lets you directly access the city's county services and all that and get direct messages. Plus, you can send important messages about things about your neighbors if they're in trouble. But, you know, the way they write, the way they word things, they make it sound like it's always going to be coming to your rescue. But it's a narc app. And I looked up InfraGard. People think anybody can join InfraGard. You have to have 3 years of infrastructure experience, like working at a power plant or a manufacturing facility or such. That's important to get that status. But this one, you just have an app. And then they have citizens on patrol. And if you do cops, every city's got citizens on patrol. Anyone who want to comment on that? Wow, caller, you walk free. That's good to call to walk. Walking is very important. Open mic. Air conditioning is running, and I hope my video issue's not fixed. If my video is delaying again, I'm going to switch my laptop out next week. So I have a backup. Because this one's more, I can't even see the letters. I wore the keyboard letters off. I try to guess where the I and the O is, because those are the most used buttons. Next subject matter is I've been having this dream in my synthetic dreams I get about this restaurant, and I found out where it is. It's in Capitola, California, and it's basically called Shadowbrook. And it's that restaurant I keep dreaming about. And they're so snotty to me when I go to this place. And I went to their website. They don't look very snotty. But the synthetic dream is designed to make me feel uncomfortable there, so I would never go outside and go to a restaurant. So I'd be isolated. That's what that's about. Not about the restaurant. It's about making me not want to go out. It is the open mic. Yeah, 3 a.m. seems to be I found out that's also the witching hour for occult members who are up at night doing occult magic, M-A-G-I-C-K, or magic of any word spelling is magic. If it's occult magic, that seems to be their witching hour from what I found out. Open mic. Next subject matter is California has a care court now for homeless people, so we're finally doing something about the homeless population in California and getting them mental health and housing. And I went to the care court website for an update, since that was my first subject matter 19 shows ago. And even my psychiatrist is involved in it. And so I get updates from her, plus I get updates from the site. They just updated, and they're giving out a lot of money to help people out. I mean, there's some big chunks of change in the budget, and they're being very transparent. The only problem I have with it is they make you go to a civil court and have a public defender to navigate yourself through the mental health system. That doesn't sound like a very good idea to me, but I guess they're trying to prevent people from going to jail, or it's for people that may already have a record that are already in the system, because once you get in the system, you never get out, is what they say. So that's care court in California. I think a lot of states should have some type of mental health services for the homeless, but you don't have to be homeless to access this. You can be you can be homeless and still access this program. Oh, I saw somebody on the camera. Hello, person on the camera. Oh, that's my friend Nun. Nun at Nun.com. Hey, Nun at Nun. Nun at Nun likes my call. Nun at Nun, and I get frustrated with other calls. That's a whole nother story. But who are we to judge? So that's care court, and then parlaying the care court homeless situation right into the new book I heard about on National Public Radio is about the opioid industry. It's much worse than the media is letting you on. Some of these marketing people in these pharmaceuticals were laughing about how they're making people addicted. And there was someone that went to go check on a CVS of all places. He went there. There were people partying, peeing, and waiting for prescription pills from all over different states just to get prescription drugs from a pill mill doctor. And the person asked the pharmacist, is this okay with you to have these people waiting at 8 in the morning before you open? Oh, no, they do this all the time. It's no big deal. Matter of fact, we have to reserve some of our pain medications for the normal people that have pain, our pain management patients. So that's what that book's about. And And Purdue Pharmaceutical is not the only one that's making these pain pills. There's new ones out by newer companies that are making them far more than Purdue was. So anyway, I put that on my Twitter page, TI Club 3. You can read all about the nasty big pharma we've spoken about, and this is a big fat book about it. So check that out. Open mic. Anyone want to talk? Caller, you saw $50,000 brand new SUVs at the Food Distribution Center. Well, I have bad news for you, but $50,000 is what an SUV costs now for a basic model. So that's not unusual for someone that's on welfare to have to buy that. It's for the average new car price is $47,000. I'm not saying everybody's on welfare that goes to the food banks, but I'm saying, no matter what your socioeconomic position is, your vehicle's going to be $47,000 new now, which is just wild. Considering I bought a brand new Buick Regal in 1979 for $99,07. That was cheap. I didn't think it was. I used to go to the food distribution at first. Next subject matter is blackballing. I've been blackballed. Other people have too. And that's the same method they use at the Freemasonry lodges, where they have a black ball and they have a white square. And everybody drops the white square. And if you win, and if someone doesn't like you, that when you want to join the lodge, the black ball in there. That black ball goes all the way to Rome, way back before, even before Freemasons. And it's an anonymous way to vote. But, people get blackballed. I know people get blackballed in the targeted community, believe it or not, based on dis, and malinformation being distributed among emails and calls and such. Any comment on that? I have one subject left, and that is John Whitehead wrote an article at activistpost.com. I posted on TI Club 3, and it's about the police state in our education system, where they're arresting 4-year-old and 5-year-old children in schools. The handcuffs don't even fit. So that's of great interest, seeing children being locked up. And all of these schools now have these regular police officers as public service and protection officers for the school. And, is it working? We're still getting shootings and such. It's because we don't have enough mental health services in the United States. It's your main problem, is the lack of mental health. It should be free or at a low cost and be readily available. You should be able to call a place and be able to sit at a chair at a doctor's office the next day. You shouldn't be waiting for months or having to go through insurance or get subpar, crappy psychiatry or therapy through some horrible person that is only doing their internship at some county health clinic that locks everyone up. So, in my case, they did a misdiagnosis in 10 minutes on me at a crappy clinic in Stockton. So, amazing what they do. So anyway, that's a police state in our education system. I am done. We can have a quiet call. We don't have to talk. So I'm going to take a break and have a Pepsi. You guys are looking good in the chat. Keep going. Mr. B is here. Well, technology's, whoever's speaking in the chat room, technology's been around a lot longer than we understand it to be. Oh, it's Hannah. Well, Hannah, Prince, the singer Prince, said that in the ghetto he would watch the planes fly over and spray stuff, and right afterwards people would get angry and want to fight. So, of course, they could do that with frequencies, and there is a certain frequency that you could beam at people to make them angry, so you are correct on that. Yeah, Prince used to talk about the geoengineering or chemtrails along with Merle Haggard, and Merle Haggard and Prince are no longer around because of that. And Dane Whittington, I'm surprised he doesn't get hurt because he keeps going with geoengineering watch every week. And since I read Dr. Staninger's book, I'm quite sure they're spraying nano over here where your food's being grown. They do it during the growth time. And then the planes disappear during the summer, right after everything's all growing. I know they are. I know it's that crazy to believe, but they don't spray on the weekends, and they don't spray when school is out, because people will notice.
Hi, Chris.
Well, hello. This is Ann in St. Louis. How are you?
It is Glove from St. Louis. It's a four-person agent from St. Louis, Missouri. We're going to end up being one great big ocean, I think, guys. And we're going to be in the low hundreds, so we're just getting flooded twice, and now we're going to be overheated yet again. So we're doing great. Not. But I'm still here to help people. It's your V2K warrior from St. Louis, Missouri that refuses to back down. So.
Good for you. Don't back down. And I'm still helping my kitties over here.
Oh, good. Well, let's hear about that. I love listening to your hauls, because that's what they call them on YouTube. You know, the grocery haul or the clothing haul about what you got the other day or what you're feeding the... You still got your orange cat over there?
Yeah, and her name is Orange Kitty, and she is looking real good. And instead of cat food, we got them all tuna and more treats. So they're getting treats and tuna right now, and they're all really happy. They're all waking up right now. As a matter of fact, we got a new cat, a cat that's taming up really good. So she's a sweetheart, and she's a calico with white feet, and her name is Brenda Boots.
So do you find, you helping your cats and me helping with the people I enjoy helping, do you feel like that has helped you cope safely and sanely with what all we're going through? I'd be
yeah, absolutely. You are correct. That's exactly why I do it. Yeah, it's my side gig, my side hustle or whatever. Keeps me sane.
Yes, same up here. I'm helping with the infant formula crisis. Helped out a bunch of people this last few days, and now they're able to, both of them, mama and baby, and the whole family's able to sleep a lot better now with mine since I helped out. I don't know.
Well, that's good. What happened to your friend in the UK, Pete, or he was in Canada, Peter?
He's an hour ahead of me. He called the other day. I need to reach back out to him.
Yeah, tell him we miss him here at the call. Come on back anytime.
Yeah. I've got some new V2K warriors that are, I guess, kind of greenhorns, that are still learning about what V2K is. Because we've all been there when we first had it, and I'm glad to be able to be there for those that are going through it. And if I can save one person from having a long and expensive hospitalization, I feel like I'm doing my job. Although, I don't know, there's times I wonder if I'm not even making a dime's worth of difference with what I do. Because, this problem is just so huge. I don't know.
Where you're making a difference in people's lives. We can't make a difference in everyone's lives, but we can come awfully close, and you're doing it.
Yeah. They talk about frequencies a lot. Do you think that maybe our allies that are behind the scenes watching all of this Because I do understand that they do have to watch and see how they're tormenting and mistreating us and give them enough rope to hang them up with. Because it's going to happen eventually. It has to. So I wonder if somewhere along the line, if they're sending frequencies to make you want to help people or give a damn, you know? I mean, got so much negative energy going on. What do you think is counteracting that? To want to help each other?
my mantra, and that I've said a million times is, the powers that be do not like people that help because they want everybody dependent on the government. That's my belief.
Well, us poor people got to stick together. And,
yes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's times like these, because I know what it's like to be through a flood. I survived the flood of 1978 and 82 both. And I feel these people's pain. You know, not to... I mean, mind you, it was in the winter when we were all freezing our buns off back there in Fort Wayne, Indiana. But and now we're going to be in the low hundreds, so that probably makes it even worse. I mean, there's no good time to have a flood, ever. But oh man, I mean, there's just so many people that you know, they're going to have to start all over again.
Yeah.
I love to hear different stories about where people really pulled together and helped one another during a time of stress and strife like we're experiencing. And you guys are helping with the cats. So, you know, which kitty was it? You said that she's not as feral as she was since you've been helping her. You think that's what happened to her when you got her? She was feral and mean, and then you showed her somebody cared, and now she's a lot more...
Oh, yeah, I've had a few semi-ferals that I've tamed. Yeah, it takes months. But they see you, they know, they trust you after a while.
Huh. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm starting to help with the animal rescue. So I think it's catching.
Well, humans, animals, trees, anything needs to be saved.
Yeah, I got me some, I'm getting it from Amazon tomorrow, some Burt's Bees cat wipes. Or they're kitten wipes, I guess, if you don't want to give it a bath, you wipe it down with these. So what kind of tuna do you get? You just get them like the pouches or the canned tuna that's packed in oil and water?
I get the Walmart brand tuna.
Oh, okay. Because there's like so many kinds of tuna out there. I mean, wouldn't they ingest more heavy metals? Because they're getting affected by all these chemtrails too. You're talking a while ago about a couple of song artists that were giving us kind of cryptic messages about things to come. There's a song by Slayer, a heavy metal band, and the song is called Chemical Warfare. The lyrics go, destroy without destruction. Annihilation must be swift, destroy without destruction. So, I think it spoke volumes about what was to come. And this song came out like way back in the mid-'80s, I believe. So for all you music buffs out there.
Well, thank you, Ann. That's very good stuff.
So how many fur balls are you in charge of now?
6.
Got 6 kitty cats. So once they've not been so feral under your tender care, do you think that they might move on, kind of back out into the wild, or you think they might just stay right there with you?
They're spoiled. They're not going anywhere. A couple of them we'll do some extreme vetting and find some awesome homes for them, but not now. No one's interested in giving $300 for a cat, which is what the cat rescue we go through charges.
Mercy. Oh, you think there'd be a big farm or somewhere?
Yeah, well, they have to be fixed, and they have to have their shots, and all that adds up, and then they have to put an ad in the pet finder, and so they're here. They're my fosters. They can be fosters for years. There's no rule, is there, Ann?
I don't know too much about that. I mean, I haven't held a baby kitten in my hands since, good grief, 1986, because we took in a runt, and she ended up having babies, and Mike loved it. And that was only the first litter.
Yeah, we had them here in the RV. They were so sweet.
And we didn't know about KMR because the other set of kittens she had, we should have known about KMR or had the phone number for somebody that knew how to deal with kittens. She fed the first ones like she was supposed to, and then the other ones, I don't know. That's
yeah,
why I say
catch, neuter, release. You got it.
Yeah. It's like, so I've been out of the loop with baby kittens for so long. So they open their eyes at 10 days.
Yeah, and if someone's wondering why we're talking about animals, trust me, I did an article about it. Animals are targeted too. If a human is targeted, their animal's being targeted because they won't be able to give it the love or attention because of the targeting they're getting. So indirectly, when you target a human with animals, you're targeting the animals too. Do you agree? Yeah, my cat's on me.
The animals get V2K too, and it's like, oh man, all the animals. I don't know how an animal could not have V2K with all the heavy metals and stuff, that we're getting. Then they're getting it too.
Yeah, which is why we have to be careful with the tuna, like you said, because it's got mercury in it. So that's basically a treat for them now.
Yeah. I don't know, you just wonder sometimes, what did we do way back in the day before Purina and Iams and all them? I guess they just use scraps off the table to feed the animals.
Well, when there was a shortage of animal food, I found recipes to make your own, and all you do is rice and some vegetables and some meats, fish, chicken, or whatever. You mix it all up, cook it, and then you just take a little bit of regular food because it has some vitamin in it, and add it to it, and it's like you're stretching it, like you're a drug dealer stepping on your drugs. So that you basically, can make a long amount of 3 days worth of food and just add a little dog food or cat food to it. And yeah, and plus they sell the stuff you can add, the additives they need, special different vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and different things they need for health and such.
Because a cat, he or she has to have taurine for her eyes because they don't have. All of us need taurine, or we're going to be blind like me. So you got to have the taurine.
It's open mic night. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk to me. Talk to yourself. Whatever you want. Open mic. In 16 minutes, I'll turn the recording off, and then you can talk on the mic without being recorded, unless someone else is recording us. I don't know. I'm not doing it after 7, just in case you don't want to be recorded. Hey, Laura. Laura sent me an email the other day. Thank you, Laura. Laura's in the call. Hello. Chippy the deer Chippy the deer ran in a circle around you. That's pretty cool. What do you feed Chippy the deer? the good thing about deer is you have them around your house if you have the woods, and if someone tries sneaking up on you, they'll skitter-daddle and you'll know, because they're like an alarm system. My cats do that. My cats are my alarm system. Someone comes near this place and they go nuts. Hello, Setsa, ladies and gentlemen, live from beautiful Sushi Town, Canada. Is Setsa. What does he have here? Yes, very good. Hello, Setsa. Now the call's complete. When Setsa's here, we're good to go.
I didn't know he lived in Sushi Town.
He does, and his story is rather fishy.
You're funny.
He pays rent on a sliding scale. Room shot. I went and got something to eat. I got sushi yesterday, and I haven't been to that place in 2 years. They had all new people working there, and she got mad because I didn't tip her. But I didn't have any money. Give me a break, man. I should tip her. Yeah, I should go back and tip. That's just bad. Poor etiquette on my part. Because next time the order won't, I have fried frog. Don't screw. I know. I don't know what I was thinking. I haven't been out buying things in so long. I don't know. It's my fault. I feel bad. What's that? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Was the service worth a tip?
No.
Oh, then I wouldn't.
She ran my card and gave me the bag. Why do I have to tip her? Yeah, it's a to-go. I always tip to go.
Yeah, I don't tip on.
Oh, good. Then, I don't feel bad then. Thank you. Oh, well, she gave me attitude.
But my money's on more men tip to just pick up an order than women. I'm betting that's a male thing.
Probably.
Yep, to tip when they didn't wait on you.
Yeah, I would probably do that. Yeah, you know how we are. Too chicken to say anything. We got you ladies that speak up. Hey, Whitey. What is it?
I just noticed all my life, anytime I did any kind of waitress work, the men are always the tippers. It's harder to get a tip out of a woman. You have to really, women are not the tippers. The men are.
Well, it's because in traditional society, the man is the provider, and yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think about that. And they make more because they cheat the women out of its wages. It's wage theft by sexual thing. Yeah, in my opinion, women should. In Silicon Valley, women get paid equally now, hopefully. Well, Ann was asking about Brenda Boots. Brenda Boots has moved in. She's a little, hey, honey. She's a little calico, and she's got the little spindly legs. She's pretty. She'd make a good kitty for somebody's house. But I think we're going to keep her. Too late. My heart's already set. I have to get her fixed now. Because if you took 6 cats and you weighed them, it's still less than the weight of my dog. So that's the way I look at it. So don't give me a hassle about it. And yeah, this whole call's about animals. That's the theme. You never know here. Although we could go over the theme of the show, the MINDPRISM part. That was the NSA's joke on PowerPoint. Do you think it's a joke? I don't think so. Creepy part about the Facebook using ex-CIA analysts to check out their moderation of the site, Facebook. Come on, give me a break. Oh, that's no worries, Whitey. That's okay. I'm glad you're... Yes, I have 6 kitty cats. I had 24 kitty cats before, and now I have 6. So I think that's an appropriate amount. They've all been sent to adoptions. There's Orange Kitty again. Hey, Orange Kitty. Orange Kitty was really sick. And because we were targeted, she didn't get the attention she needed until recently. So that's another example of someone being targeted, affecting their animal. So it is a relevant subject. And of course animals can be hacked. And of course animals' eyes can be used to see things. Of course, anything's possible in the neural world of hacking and biotechnology, and the fact that this has been going on for so long that they're going to weaponize everything. And they have weaponized everything, including the monkeypox now, which apparently we'll go into another subject matter on that. I don't talk about that normally, but, you know, Bill Gates was doing gain of use testing of monkeypox in Africa, and now all of a sudden, kaboom. So, you know, and they don't tell you these things, and they don't tell you that they can hack minds, and they don't tell you they can hack the animals' minds, and people say the birds aren't real. Well, some of the birds may be real, but they're basically, they could be watching you, which is the craziest thing to think about, and that would be so hard to explain to a layman. But this all stems, believe it or not, in the United States from the Cold War. We are still in Cold War mode, and our newest enemies are, you know, whomever right now. And that's how we operate, because we're a war country, and we sell war goods, and we sell ammunition and technology, and I'm sure we're selling this technology, this telepathy stuff, to other countries. I'm quite sure they are. I know every NATO country has it, from what I've understood. Care to comment? Anybody? I think I'm going to have a new bag of Lay's. Anybody want some Lay's potato chips? Oh, I can't eat these yet. I'm on the mic. I'll have them in 10 minutes. I'd be a pig if I did that. I'm so hungry. I'll wait. I'll wait for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to put the camera on black, and then I'm going to munch out. So we talked about CNN admitting that the Havana Syndrome victims were hearing hallucinations in their heads. That got swept under the rug. And do you notice how the Havana Syndrome's not being talked about much? It was like the Havana Syndrome record, and it was on Billboard for 16 weeks, and now it's like being played on the elevator now. I know that's a weird analogy. You know what I mean? What happens with humans and Americans and people in this world? Our attention span is so limited, and things move by so quickly that we never really have a chance to understand anything if we're not tuned in like this group of study group is in this call. But other laymen, other than the knowledgeable that don't know, it would go right over their head. It's amazing how that, and so we need to keep that. Okay, very good. That's the name has the article right there in the chat room. Microwave suspected in attacking U.S. diplomats in Cuba and China. Oh, that's a good one. And the female newsreader said it's not just a very disturbing high-pitched noise, but there might even be voices or a message, a continual message that people have been victimized by. That is directly from that CNN video I'm speaking of. Is exactly what's going on, and they're keeping it from you, keeping it from the public. You know, the second you hear voices, you're through. What a con job. they took Joan of Arc and killed her. Put everybody else on drugs that limit their life. You know, there's a voice hearing network. Did you know about that? If you ever want to check it out as an alternative, there's a group called Voice Hearers. It started in the UK, and it's Voice Hearers US, I believe. And it's a website, and they get together, and they have the telepathy, and they allow you to have whatever beliefs you want, or facts. And then we had the article about how to make yourself a ghost. You know, we're all familiar with keeping our privacy high and our exposure low. So, you know, like I said, you know, you need to keep your cell phone shut down as much as you can. Don't run Wi-Fi hunting. Keep your Bluetooth off. Keep your Wi-Fi off. Keep everything. Just use it as a phone. Matter of fact, don't even get a smartphone. Just get an old phone. Go get a flip phone or something. It's not worth it unless you need it. Now, that's the other thing. Smartphones are very, very important, because if you're going to use a spy app or something to check out your RF waves in your room, then you may need it. So, you know, you have to kind of weigh that privacy versus ease of use and the ability to use it to, you know, meter our attacks. Got 5 more minutes in the call. 4 more minutes, and then I'll be shutting the recording off. Well, this is a nice mellow call, very nice and quiet. Very good. Yes, Whitey, that was from 2018, and the whole voice part was suppressed. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. CNN admitted that they were hearing messages and such, and then magically that disappeared. But through the magic of archiving, we found it, and we have it on the TI Club 3 Twitter page for you to check out. Plus, I did a little speech about how Facebook is using ex-CIA analysts. And then if you really break down what a CIA analyst is, a lot of that's contract work, and you can take classes to become one. You don't have to go through CIA school to become one. You could be a third party or a contractor to be an analyst that worked with the CIA, so that's a stretch. Okay? So don't get too scared over them. But, you know, Facebook had Regina Dugan, which I'm not supposed to talk about, or my voices go crazy, and that's the terrorist in my head I deal with, which I talk about on these videos. And again, we're wrapping it up. If you're watching on BitChute, I appreciate it. The traffic's going wild on BitChute. Whatever's going on, keep up the great work. I'll have this video up in an hour, and archived and up and ready on BitChute for worldnews.com to RSS Spider. And then I'll have this on Twitter and archive.org and Facebook. So you got many places you can watch this first hour if you missed anything. Yes, it's Hearing Voices USA. Find a group. That is exactly what I was just talking about. And I sound a little schizo here. I just keep switching subject matter, but thank you for this. That organization is an alternative. Is the Hearing Voices USA.org. Find a group in your area. HearingVoicesUSA.org. That's an alternative for you to try, and you can check it out. Get back with us and let us know if it's any good, or do they make you believe that it's organic and not electronic. Because if they want to steer you in that direction, then let us know so we don't recommend them anymore. I'd like to know that. Anyway, this is DJ Chris. I appreciate your watching the video. I appreciate your time in this matter. This is a serious subject. We're being hacked in our brains. It's not new, but it's a sensitive subject. And when you talk about it, you know, it doesn't have a good ending usually. So we have to tread lightly, and we have to get the word out safely to as many people as possible. And this is how I do it. So again, thank you again for your viewership, and I will be back on the 14th again, and I've got the show written up for next week already. And I think, if you put preview, we'll be talking about that guy that killed 4 people in Ohio that said he was mind-controlled. And I wanted to ask you guys before I do that if that's going to be cool or should I not talk about it. And then the Facebook Life Log, Military CIA Origins. We'll be talking about Archons. Caller 000. Yay! Okay, thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you next week. Thank you.